probably shouldn't tell the story, but anyways, here we go. One night, me and my friend are at dinner and we're like, we love hockey. Let's go find ourselves some hockey players. So what do? We go to the LA Kings roster and we're like looking for guys our age that are tall and cute. Duh. And I spot a guy on the roster who's our age, who's cute. This is all teehee, okay? Like this is fun, fresh, like just girly activities at dinner. I go to Instagram and I look at his Instagram and it's just like kind of not what you would expect it to be. What I mean by that is that he has like 2,000 followers. He's verified. He has like the blue check mark when the blue check mark like still meant something. And he's private. Okay, so he's private. He's not like chasing the clout of it all. Maybe I have a chance, kind of. I'm like, okay, I'll just send him a little follow request. And I'm not even kidding you, 30 seconds later, he accepts my follow request and he follows me back. Then 10 seconds after that, he messages me.
Men have lost faith in dating. Majority of it has to do with women. Women have ruined dating for men. Now, we're not going to deny that men are flawed too. They have as much as to play on this as women do. But in this case, let's take a look at some classic example of how women did ruin dating for men. So without further ado, click the like button, subscribe, and let's go.
I was just doing my grocery shopping at Costco. I heard just, excuse me, and I like turn around. This guy was like, can I get your number? I was like, dude, ni me dice tu nombre, I don't know who you are or anything like that. But I felt bad because I'm like, that does take courage, you know, to approach somebody. And so I was just like, oh, I have a boyfriend, you know, because that's just like a nice way to let him down, I guess. First off, love the fucking confidence to come up and ask a girl, but like, I wish more guys would do that. And if you're gonna do that, say your name or something. Like, be like, hey, my name's this, what's your name? Like, thought you were really cute, can I get your number? Don't just be like, can I get your number? And look all frazzled, because then that frazzles me, you know? God bless them. Guys, you guys need to start approaching girls in public more. Not so you can be shut down the way I shut him down, but it's just appreciated. It's appreciated, and you will. It's all a numbers game, you know? Like, you will get lucky with...
Okay, you know what? Fair enough. You have your own opinion. I get it. And I'm not saying you should have said yes, but at the end here, what are you even saying? You want more men to keep approaching so you guys can reject them? Nah, man. Imagine that, eh? Like, you go, bro. You're walking with balls of steel right there, man. You're taking your shot and she's telling you, nah, I have a boyfriend. Even though she's lying. She's not feeling you like that. Why would you go take another shot? Now here, I'm not saying like, you know, guys should stop approaching or whatever, but I'm saying there's a reason as to why a lot of guys are not approaching a lot of women nowadays. You know, they're tired of this. Imagine you're going and, you know, you're being vulnerable and putting yourself out there, taking your shot, and you're getting rejected like this. And it's not even like the way she's rejecting you, it is true. She's just letting you down nicely. Like, she's lying that she has a boyfriend as a way to let you off the hook, you know, to protect your ego a little bit. But it's like, you know, because if she was married, if she was actually really dating and she rejected you like that, it makes sense, right? Like, she's off the market. But this girl is out here preaching for more men to be out there going and approaching them because, you know, the women, they like this type of shit. But at the end of the day, she's the same type of woman who's rejecting you because she just doesn't feel you like that. She's not attracted to you like that, you know? So she wants to just get an ego boost. That's why she's preaching for more men to go out and keep approaching. Nah, man, this is one of the reasons why a lot of guys don't do this. Man, talk to a lot of guys, man. They would rather be swiping on dating apps and stuff because, like, at least you get rejected on a dating app. It doesn't mean as much as in public, man. Like, you know, there's like pressure. You got people watching. You got, you know, you're putting yourself out there, man. Like, it takes balls to go out and start a conversation. Let me tell you that. And a lot of men can attest to this. Right? That's the first thing. Now the second thing, it's like you got a L, you know, and she may be not even like the prettiest woman in the room, you know, you just decided to take a shot because maybe you thought she was cute at that moment, right? Like, I'm talking about, there's people out there living in cities, man. Like, you live in a city where maybe you're surrounded by all mid girls, but you have nothing in your peripheral vision at that particular moment. She's maybe cutish in the area. You take your shot, you get turned down. She wasn't even like the prettiest girl you've ever seen. She just made quality. You decided to take a shot because why not? But yet you still get denied, you know? Now, granted, it could have been his approach, but at the same time, it's kind of nonsense to keep advocating for men to keep approaching just so you women can keep turning them down. Like, does that make any sense in your head? Like, even she addressed it at the end. She's like, you men need to keep approaching. It's not just so you can get turned down, blah blah blah. It's just because it feels appreciated. Like, who cares about it being appreciated? You know, does it work or does it not? Did he get the results he wanted or not? Did he get the number or not? Was that effective on his end or not, right? So I mean, guys ain't gonna keep doing shit that ain't gonna keep working on their favor, right? So in this case, there's a reason why a lot of guys have quit approaching men, especially nowadays.
This is how my older brother reacted when he found out that my mom had gotten with his best friend. For context, at the time my mom was 36 or 37. My brother was 18 years old and his best friend was 23. So my two older brothers were at my mom's house with their girlfriends. They were all hanging out, drinking, and they were about to go out. And when they were all about to leave, my brother asked my mom, "Hey mom, what are you doing? We're leaving." And my mom was like, "Actually, I'm gonna stay and cut Kenny, aka his best friend's hair." And my brother looked at both of them in that moment and he knew that they had gotten together. Naturally, he was pissed. Brother took the keys to my mom's car. The car was sitting in her driveway. He had been drinking a little bit and he literally backed the car up, drove it really, really fast down the street and purposefully crashed it into a pole. Obviously, he ended up totaling my mom's car, and our mom obviously wasn't very happy. After that, they didn't really get along for a minute, which I totally understand. Eventually, he had no choice but to get over it. Once he saw how happy my dad made my mom, he accepted it, and then they were able to move on. Mind you, this was in the 80s, and I wasn't even a thought. My brother's best friend is my dad.
This was the most confusing story I've ever heard, man. I had to keep replaying this to just understand what's going on. So I think I figured it out, and I'm gonna break it down for you guys. So turns out this mom was in a previous relationship with another person. She had this girl's brother, right? So she had a son. Now that son has a friend. So we're gonna assume that along the way the relationship didn't work with the mother and, you know, the son's father, you know, her previous whatever husband or boyfriend or whatever. Now the mother's son has a best friend, and that best friend and the mother got together and they had this girl. So this girl has like a step brother or some kind of thing, you know. It's a really twisted family, but I mean, kudos, I guess something worked out of that, you know. But it's a little weird family dynamic, but from what I understood, they're still together. Why not let them do what they want to do? But this is one of the confusing cases out there. Never heard of this before. Man, oh man. Jesus Christ.
It's 2024. You cannot argue with these women. My homie got into it with his girl. She said, "Bet, I'm going outside." I'm thinking it's going to be chill. This man calls my phone saying, "Bruh, look at Lisa's story." I'm like, all right, bro. I look at her story. She is outside, lemon drop martini. Lyrics flashing across the screen saying, "Drip her like a sauna. Stretch her like I'm yawning. Shorty don't chase liquor. She drink liquid marijuana." He said, "We gotta go." I said, "Who is we?" I'm finna go get that song.
Man, that's kind of true. You know, it's apparent. If you've been dating before, you know this has happened, or it happens. It continues to happen, actually. A lot of women, when you guys are, you know, fighting, you guys could be even dating for as long as 5 years, 10 years. Let's even put a hell, 20 years. The one moment you guys fight, watch them go on their social media, start posting everything like this, quotes and lyrics, you know. It's like there's like hidden meanings between these like posts they're putting up, you know. And it'd be like the girls that haven't even been active, man, on like social media. Have you guys ever followed a girl that, you know, she hasn't really been posting much? She's been like AFK. Is that what they say? Away from keyboard? Yeah, she's been like AFK. She's been like ghost. She ain't even posting much. But you always realize that she has broken up with her man, or she's experiencing some problems in her relationship the moment she keeps posting back to back to back to back. And it'd be like lyrics and it'd be like quotes, and she'd be like, you know, she'd be like retweeting pictures or reposting captions or whatever the hell, you know there's something going on in a relationship. In most cases, women will do that, you know. They will try to make themselves available in the market. It's like she'll have these orbiters of guys in her in her following list, you know, who are hoping to, you know, have a chance with her, or who are hoping for that one day when they will have a window to slide in. And this is her way of letting them know that she's available at that particular moment. You know, she will post something. And another way she'll let them know is by posting like explicit pictures, like, you know what I'm saying, like those cat not catfishing. I won't really call it catfishing. It's called like thirst trapping. Yeah, those thirst trapping pictures, you know. Or she'll throw back pictures where she was like at dinner functions where she was looking her best. She'll keep like putting pictures from 2 years ago up just because she wants some dude to be commenting on them and to start liking them up and to slide in. You know what I'm saying? Like, women are masters of psychology, bro. I kid you not. If you don't believe me, just pay attention. You know, whatever girl you're following, just pay attention. You know, the moment if she's not posting right now, there's gonna be a particular day where she's gonna start posting like crazy, and at that moment, you know she's single, because that's her way of letting you know without explicitly like sending you a private message, right?
Yeah, I know the trend that's going around where people are like things that their exes did and they still stayed. I feel like nobody's is worse than mine. Alright, boom. I'm gonna start. On his birthday one year, he told me that he wanted to be alone. So we lived together. So he booked me a hotel room and was like he was just gonna go out to dinner and spend the night alone. So I packed a little bag and went to the hotel room for a night. And the next morning when I called him, he said that he wasn't home, and that the place was a mess. And when I got home, there was condoms all over the place. And when I asked him why there were condoms everywhere, he told me that he had a threesome. On Christmas one year, we went to New York and I was pregnant and I was like extremely sick and I had an ear infection. So the whole left side of my face was like numb and I couldn't hear out the whole left side of my face. So he woke up Christmas morning and he just like left and went somewhere. And then I was texting him, asking him where he was at, and he told me he was out. And he broke up with me. He was like, I don't know where. He just broke up with me and was like, oh, it's not gonna work. And mind you, we lived in Atlanta and we were all the way in New York. So we had to check out our hotel. And so I had to pack all of our suitcases by myself, pregnant and sick, and put them in the car, and he didn't even help me. And the fucking suitcases were heavy, y'all. And so I put the suitcases in the car. And I had a conversation with him. And mind you, we had to drive from New York to Atlanta, which is like a 15-hour or 12-hour drive, something like that. All I remember is I drove the entire way from New York to Atlanta while this man was in the passenger seat asleep. And when we got home, he got upset because I didn't want to have sex. And so the next morning, he woke up and told me that he didn't want to be together still and that I needed to get my shit, get the fuck out. So I made my dad drive all the way from South Carolina to pick me up from Atlanta, and then I left the same day. This is not the same ex. Those first two were the same ex, but this is another ex. He gave me his phone one day to take pictures, and I was sitting in the car and someone had called him and the name was like a boy's name. So I answered the phone because it was a boy's name, and a girl answered the phone, and when she heard my voice she hung up. And so when he got back in the car, I asked him who it was, and he said that it was his homeboy. And I told him that it was a girl that answered the phone, and he said that his homeboy's girlfriend probably called for him. So when we got home later that day, mind you, my birthday was the next day. He told me that we were going to go out for dinner the next day. So I needed to wake up early in the morning to go get my nails done and find an outfit to wear to dinner that night. So I did. I woke up that morning and got my nails done. And oh my God. And I got my hair done and all that. And while I was getting my hair and nails done, I tried to FaceTime him to show him, but he wouldn't answer the phone. So when I got home, I literally walked in on him and another girl sitting on our couch. When I tried to confront him, the girl started smart-mouthing me. So I started smart-mouthing her back, and I was trying to fight her because, bitch, you're in my house talking crazy to me. But I was trying to fight both of them. I was trying to fight him too. So this man puts me out of my own house and locks the fucking door. So I was stuck outside and I had to call my mom. And so my mom came and we all were beating on the door, and the neighbors came. The neighbors were wondering why we were making all that noise. So I told them that my boyfriend's in there with another girl. So my neighbor starts banging on the door with me and my mom. And so then the downstairs neighbor calls the police on us, and then it was a woman police. She came, so we told her what happened, and she was like, no, open this door, you have to open this door. And he's like, I'm not opening this door because if I open the door, she's gonna try to fight her. And I'm just stuck in my head like, why are you worried about me fighting her? I'm your girlfriend and it's my birthday. So I ended up fighting her and I spent my birthday in jail. And then when I got home, and the next day after my mom got me out of jail, I told him to come get his stuff and he pulled up with the same girl to come get his stuff.
I mean, all I gotta say is, why is she laughing? Like, she's a clown for this. Literally, like, what's so funny about this? Like, I don't know where your brain cells were at. Like, okay, this is your POV. I don't know his POV. And I always say, man, I don't like to look at it from one-sided. I always like to see it from both sides, because I'm sure she must have been doing crazy stuff too, you know? But let's look at her perspective for a second. Now, if this is all happening in your relationship, my first question is like, why are you still there? Literally. You know, you see all these red flags. You know, they're apparent, they're right there, showing in front of their face, and you continue to stick by them. And later on, after I don't know how many times all this bullshit has happened, there's gonna come a time where you're gonna pull out the straw. You know, you're gonna be like, this is it. This is the final moment. I'm walking out of this. But yet, when you're recounting this, you're gonna make it seem as if you're the victim. And now, granted, you might be the victim, but the thing is, it's like, you were not like a prisoner in this relationship. You could have walked out at any moment, but you chose to stay. You chose to experience one thing after another, after another, after another, after another. You know, this is what I always say. I don't know what happens with women when they get into relationships. It's like they may be in these abusive relationships, but they can't get out. And I mean, they can't get out because the door's right there. They can just go and open and get out. But it's like, I don't know, man. It's like they lose their mind somewhere along the way or what? You know, and then out of the blue, it's like they snap back after like I don't know how many incidents, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, I was a victim, he was this, he did this and this and this, he cheated, he did this, he punched me, he did this, he crashed my car, he kicked me out of the house, he locked me outside, he took my money, blah blah. It's like, you know, you keep hearing these stories and you're like, my goodness, how many times does it have to happen for you guys to learn your lesson? And yo, you think that's the end of it? No, it ain't the end. Because you know what she gonna do? She gonna go and find another man and go into another similar situationship like she was in before. And it's gonna start all over again. Alright? It's gonna repeat itself all over.
Mission Impossible was never impossible. Oh. Hi. What's your name? Hago todo eso para ti. I'm never breathing again. Mission Impossible was never impossible. Oh. Hi. What's your name? Hago todo eso para ti. I'm never breathing again in my life. Bro, how can a man do that and then she just walks past me? That's like James Bond getting to the end of the film and he doesn't smash the length in. Oh shit, I gotta come back up now. Oh, how am I, as soon as I come down? Hola. ¿De dónde sos? ¿De Medellín? Soy de Inglaterra.
Pero no queremos que nos graben, gracias.
¿De qué? Ay, la puta madre. My fitness is bad. I can't even stop, te extraño. Bro, how have I taken 2 hours at that?
Kudos to him, man. I think he's literally doing it because the video is recording him, man. Like, I don't think there's a man out of his mind like this who's gonna be jumping bridges to go chase women like this, to get shot down, to go climb a bridge again, and to go get shot down again. It's like, man, you know. And the funniest thing is, like, you doing the most like this, it's actually shooting your shot down way more, you know, because they see how desperate you are. Like, tell me if this is not desperation. When you see a man doing this type of shit, like jumping over a bridge, really? You gotta jump over a bridge to go chase a woman? It's like she's the first woman you encountered in your whole life or what, right? But hey, man, you know, let him do his thing, right? We'll give him the effort. At least 99% of guys won't be doing this anyways, regardless. But we'll say he's doing it for the sake of content. I mean, I know he films his videos, but sure, we'll say that. Now let's look at the woman perspective for a second. You see how women, they like to be swept off their feet. You have women out here who want to get approached. They say, you know, they like it when a man's ballsy enough to go shoot their shot. But look what happens when guys shoot their shot. Like my man here had to jump over a bridge to go approach her. This girl didn't even address him a single bit. She didn't even talk to him. She just kept ignoring him. Now granted, you know, she could speak a different language or anything, but man, you would have thought she would at least smile or say hello or something. You know, no, kept on ignoring him, kept on walking. Her ego was probably out there, but chances are she's looking at him like as a weirdo, you know what I'm saying? But she probably felt good. She like, man, this dude be jumping bridge, you know, he be doing the most, more than even these firefighters do, bro. You know, but at the end of the day, she still curved him. And look at him, he did exactly the same thing. He ran up, climbed over a bridge again, like Spider-Man, to go talk to the other one, and the same thing. And then you got women out here wondering why they're not getting approached. Like imagine putting this much effort to approach a woman and yet you don't even get a simple hello. Not even a little simple conversation. I mean, I know they don't owe you anything, but at the end of the day, it's like it defeats the purpose of why a man should be approaching altogether, you know? It's like, you're not getting nothing out of it, right? Now, we're not going to discredit the fact that like maybe it's his approach, maybe he came off too strong. If he tuned it down a little bit, maybe he could have got something out of it. But at the end of the day, it's like, this is why a lot of guys are not approached, because nowadays, man, approaching, you're already getting treated like a weirdo. You're already getting shut down. You're not even getting a hello. You're looking like a weirdo. Like, this is natural, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like natural as it goes. Like, I mean, I wouldn't advocate to be jumping bridges, but I'm saying it is human nature to approach somebody you're interested in. But these girls of today, man, you think a single approach is just gonna do you favor? Good luck.
This phenomenon will forever blow my mind. Like, I've had girls with zero interest in my boyfriend, wouldn't even look in his direction, suddenly think he's so cool and so funny the second I start dating him. So many girls love a taken man. Not me, because I'm not weird, but they love a taken man because that means he's already been vetted. They don't have to figure out if he's boyfriend material or not because he clearly already has a girlfriend. So many girls would much rather go for a taken guy because if he's dating a girl, that means she already sees qualities in him to make him dateable. But like I've said, I've seen girls have zero interest in my boyfriend, see him treat me like a princess, and suddenly he's the most interesting man in the room. Like, why are you laughing? He didn't say anything remotely funny. Don't look at him, look at me. He treats me like that because I am me. He will not treat you like that. Stop making the mistake of thinking men will treat you the way they treat their girlfriend. Maybe they'll cheat. Maybe they'll make you the side chick, but they will not treat you like a girlfriend. If you can take him from me, clearly he doesn't treat me as well as you thought he did. So all that flirting and trying to take him from me was for nothing, because clearly he's not that great of a guy then. It's so funny to watch though, because my boyfriend is terrified of women that aren't me. So it's really funny to watch him like sprint in the opposite.
You know what? What she's saying is completely true. Even talk to guys out there, they will tell you that. You know, a lot of guys, they will not be getting action at all. You know, they be sitting in months, bro, without even like getting any form of investment or attention from any girl. But the moment that they get in a relationship, their phone be going off, you know, and then they be wondering like, where were all these girls when I was single? Now I just got in a relationship, they're all coming. Like, well, how does that work? Well, to be quite fair, you're the most attractive when you are in a relationship, actually. You see, women like to compete with each other. Like if there's a man there and he's not taken and he's kind of single and he's, let's say, good looking or whatever, a lot of women would be looking at him like questionable, you know. They'll be like wondering why he's single, because they know the most attractive men are taken. Now the moment he's taken, just watch him become the most attractive man in the room. All of a sudden they want a piece of the pie too. Or this is why a lot of men be cheating, bro. This is why there's a lot of issues in a relationship to begin with, right? Because like guys just can't, like especially guys who weren't getting action, or you know, they've been like single for a hell of a long time. All of a sudden they hop in a relationship, they're getting all of this attention they haven't experienced for a long time. All of a sudden, of course they will fold, right? What do you expect? That's why a lot of these guys, when they be cheating behind their partner's back, you know. And like she said it, a lot of women, once they see a man in a relationship, they see him as vetted. You know, he's been vetted by the girl he's with. Now, especially if a girl is good looking as well, she's pretty as well, other girls are going to be competing for him too. You know, they're going to be giving him signals, sliding on his DM, everything. You know, that's how it works. As funny as it is. But ask any other guy out there, they'll tell you that when they're single, they ain't getting nothing. Probably rejection after rejection. The moment they hop in a relationship, their phone is buzzing. All of a sudden, these girls are hitting them out, out of the blue. All of a sudden, they're getting DMs. They're getting a double tap on their pictures by the girls who haven't even been liking their pictures altogether. You know, it's weird, but I think it has to do, I don't know if it has to do with energy or what it has to do with, but at the same time, it's quite phenomenal, ain't it?
When I was 21, I was convinced when I first moved to LA that I needed to date a professional athlete. And don't judge me for that, okay? It's a long time ago. Probably shouldn't tell the story, but anyways, here we go. One night, me and my friend are at dinner and we're like, we love hockey. Let's go find ourselves some hockey players. So what do? We go to the LA Kings roster and we're like looking for guys our age that are tall and cute. Duh. And I spot a guy on the roster who's our age, who's cute. This is all teehee, okay? Like this is fun, fresh, like just girly activities at dinner. I go to Instagram and I look at his Instagram and it's just like kind of not what you would expect it to be. What I mean by that is that he has like 2,000 followers. He's verified. He has like the blue check mark when the blue check mark like still meant something. And he's private. Okay, so he's private. He's not like chasing the clout of it all. Maybe I have a chance, kind of. I'm like, okay, I'll just send him a little follow request. And I'm not even kidding you, 30 seconds later, he accepts my follow request and he follows me back. And 10 seconds after that, he messages me. Hey. He messaged me a hey. I'm like, hey. 10 seconds after that, he says, do you want to get dinner this week? Do I want to? Yes. What? And then yeah, like 3 days later, we're at dinner. And after that, we start dating, which is just not the outcome that I expected. One day you're looking at the LA Kings roster and the next day you're in a relationship. Like, and then when we're like 3 months into dating, he one night is like, wait, I have a question. How did you even find me on Instagram to begin with? What? Can you repeat the question? What, I'm gonna tell him the truth? That I was looking at the LA Kings roster for an eligible bachelor? No, I'm not gonna tell him that. Instead, I was like, and I couldn't say the explore page either because he was private on Instagram. But I thought it would be better if I said, I was on the website looking for tickets, not for someone to date. I was looking for tickets to the game and then I saw your face and I was like, that guy's cute, let me find his Instagram. Which is honestly a good excuse, I think. Potentially, maybe, I don't know. And yeah, then the rest of that story is he asked me to be exclusive. I know. And then a week later, he liked my best friend on Hinge. And yeah, that's our beautiful love story, starting with me being a crazy person. And I was 21, okay? What are you gonna do?
Yeah. You know, I would say at the end of this, she deserved what she got, 100%. Because at the beginning, you were with your friend and you were out there vetting to see which type of guy you can get with. And at the end, you get with him. Yeah, when he's even asking you questions like, how did you even find his handle, his IG handle? And you can't even answer that. You have to come up with a lie of how you went through the roster and all this bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you even lie if this is your partner? Might as well be honest. You know, and at the end of it, I can't help but wonder, maybe this guy thought he knew what you were about. You know, like a lot of women think they're really smart when it comes to dating, right? They come in this relationship and they think the guy is dumb and they say these lies and all that, but they don't realize that some guys are actually really smart. They're able to pick up on you and your vibe and everything, right? So maybe you thought you were vetting him, but maybe he had already vetted you. He already knew what you're about, right? Maybe he wasn't even looking for anything serious with you. It was just a fun stuff, just for one night. So at the end, I think you got what you deserved. Just because of your intention off the bat, at the beginning, right? What you were looking for, how you went on about looking for it, really shows what kind of person you are. Now in the end, he did what you were essentially doing. He matched with your friend on Bumble, got with her. There you go, that's your karma for trying to play man out here, right? So it is what it is, man, but that's funny though. I mean, I don't think she's in a place to be complaining. Yeah, But hey, mind you though, she didn't cheat. She didn't cheat in this relationship, or if it was a relationship. But what I think happened though is that dude, you know, he got with her just for, you know, his own purpose. He probably had, you know, one night, boom, 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 thank you, ma'am, never talk to you again. But she probably took it as a, you know, relationship, monogamy, you know. But in the end, to her surprise, it's like she just got played. Like she thought she was playing the roaster guy, but the roaster guy just played you, right? He's really good at his sport. What can you do? Anyways, yo, that's the video, guys. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you all thought about this. All right, till next time.